In the forests of northern Japan and China, you can find flowers that appear natural but turn transparent when they come into contact with water. These are called skeleton flowers or glass flowers, and their scientific name is Diphylleia Grayi. Walter Summerford, often referred to as the unluckiest man in the universe, faced extraordinary misfortunes. Between 1918 and 1936, he was struck by lightning 6 times. The first lightning strike hit him in 1918, but he survived. Over the next 6 years, by 1924, he experienced 3 more life-threatening lightning strikes, surviving each time. In 1930, he was struck for the 4th time. The final and fatal strike occurred in 1932, which claimed his life. However, the story didn't end with his death. In 1936, lightning struck his grave for the 6th time. Remarkably, despite being struck multiple times, Summerford's story gained fame not only for his repeated misfortunes, but also for the incredible luck he displayed in surviving every strike while alive. This is Julia Pastrana, a woman from Mexico who was naturally kind-hearted, but was often referred to as having the most terrifying appearance in the world. She was born in 1834 in the mountains of Mexico, and from birth, her body was covered in rapidly growing hair. She was rejected by society because they considered her a monster, forcing Julia to flee her home. During her journey, Julia encountered a man who ran a circus and offered her a job. In this circus, Julia was labeled as the freak, and people paid to see her. Though the job was difficult for her, she had no other option. She had to ensure she had food to eat and a place to sleep, so she accepted the work. Julia earned significant money and fame in the circus, which led her manager, Theodore Lent, to decide to marry her. Their marriage became one of the most talked-about weddings of the time, with people questioning how someone could marry a monster. Even more astonishing was that Julia gave birth to a normal baby. Tragically, both Julia and her baby died just 48 hours after childbirth. Julia's misfortune continued even after her death, as her greedy husband decided to display her embalmed body to the public as a mummy. He aimed to profit by presenting her as a half-human, half-monkey exhibit. Julia's body was stolen multiple times and was eventually discovered in a dumpster in 2005. Finally, after 150 years, Julia was given the respect she deserved and was buried with dignity, just as any human should be. Before the invention of radar, at the beginning of the last century, the primary method of detecting enemy aircraft was by listening to the sound of airplane engines. The Baobab Tree, often referred to as the Tree of Life, is found on the African continent, as well as parts of Australia and Madagascar, and can live for thousands of years. Its scientific name is Adansonia digitata, named after the French botanist Michel Adanson, who documented this tree in the 18th century.